One day I lost my cool and stuck blue tack into the micro USB of the charger. She was furious. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I am your average Redditor, and today we're looking at r/PettyRevenge. So let's get right into it. You want the actual price? Let me get it for you. Okay, so my hotel comes across a lot of entitled people, but I got some revenge this time. A little background. My hotel allows more than 2 people to stay in a room. However, if there's more than 2 adults in the room, it bumps the price more than $10 per adult. So if you have 5 adults in the room, it's an extra $30. I usually don't up the price unless there is a manager nearby, only because our rooms are pretty expensive as it is. Me is me, B is a female dog, and FB is a friend of the female dog. It's a pretty normal day coming into the hotel, about 30 check-ins, so it's nothing special. This lady comes in entitled as anything and asks if I have some rooms available. Just for tonight? Yeah, just for tonight? Like I'm gonna stay in this crappy town for a day longer. Yeah, this town can be pretty boring, but it can be nice at times. How many adults and children are going to be in the room? Why does that matter? I don't tell people the price difference if they have more than 2 adults in the room, otherwise they lie and say they have 2 when in reality they have 4. Oh, it's in case there is a fire and the fire department needs to know how many bodies are in each room for rescue. This is true. That's ridiculous. I have 2 adults and 1 child. At this point, I know she's probably lying, but since I'm in a good mood, I let it slide. Okay, so my king standard is going for $144 plus tax, and my 2 queen standard is going for $134 plus tax. That is outrageous. Can't you give me a discount? Do you have AAA or military? No. Unfortunately, I can't bring the price down any lower unless you have one of those things. Fine, I will take it. The other hotel chain across the street is way better, but they are sold out. Okay, may I see your ID and your debit or credit card? The check-in process ensues, and I put her in a room on the 1st floor near the pool because she requested it, and I didn't want to hear any complaints. This lady has asked for so many things to be taken up to her room: extra towels, extra blankets, soap, better pillows, room service up the wazoo, but then she gets frustrated when I let her know we aren't a full service hotel and we can't give her room service. She has to come down and get it herself when there are no housekeeping working, and it's just me. I can't leave the desk unattended unless I have to. At this point, I'm getting pretty frustrated with this lady. I get a call from the room next door saying that her room is being pretty noisy and they need to keep it down. I go ahead and call her, and the conversation is as follows. Hi, is this B? No, this is her friend. What do you want, lady? I actually received a noise complaint. Would it be possible? B, you hear that? We got a noise complaint. Time to be louder, huh? Hell yeah, F these assholes. At this point, I can hear them from down the hall. More noise complaints ensue, so I start heading over towards her room, and I feel my chest vibrating with trashy music coming from her room. I knock on the door. Front desk. What the hell do you want, lady? If you keep bothering me, I'm gonna have to speak to your manager. I noticed that she has not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 extra adults in the room. She even had a couple of dogs in there. Pet fees are mandatory and cost $25 per pet per night. She agreed to that when she signed her registration card when she checked in. I'm sorry, miss, but it is a little loud in here. Would it be possible to keep it down as to not disturb the guests in the neighbouring rooms? No, why the hell would I do that? I paid to be here. As did these other guests. I'm gonna ask you to comply or you will be evicted. Hey FB, you hear that? She wants us to leave. Well, it sucks for her now, doesn't it? We will just have to leave then. They slam the door in my face and I can hear them trashing the place. I go back to my desk and calculate the actual cost of her room. In total, her room was originally around $155 after taxes. After what I did, it brought it up to $280. Included the extra adults in the room, which was around $50, the 2 pets, which was another $50, and I also kept her security deposit due to the amount of mess in the room. I didn't automatically input into the system yet though. I wanted to wait for her to come down and physically check out first. About 30 minutes later, she comes down. Hi, yes, we want to check out. Okay, awesome. Did you enjoy your stay? Of course not. This place is complete garbage, and even looking at you has made it worse. Oh, well, I apologize for that. Would you like your receipt? The total was $155. How could it be that much? We only stayed for 4 hours? Oh, I'm sorry. Let me calculate the actual price for you. I put in all the proper stuff in the system, and it comes out to $280 and some change. So the total is $280. Would you like your receipt printed? What? How the hell did it go up in price? Well, for starters, you lied and said that you had 2 adults and 1 child in the room. I forgot to mention how if you have more than 2 adults in the room, it ups the price $10 per adult. I counted 7 adults, so that's around $50. I also noticed you had 2 dogs in your room. When you signed your card, you acknowledged our pet policy of $25, which is non-refundable per pet per night. I also noticed that you trashed the room, which calls for your security deposit to be taken out to cover the damage that you caused. So I ask you again, would you like the receipt printed? Excuse me, who the hell do you think you're talking to? I want to speak to your manager right now. Okay, well, you're gonna have to wait until tomorrow, seeing that my GM doesn't get here until tomorrow and I'm the only one on duty. I am gonna ask you to leave until she comes in tomorrow though. When your manager gets a load of what you've done, you are gonna get fired and I'm gonna get my damn refund. Okay, good luck with that. Have a good day. This is another great story. I really hope that her manager has her back tomorrow and justifies the way that OP went about dealing with these idiots. Booby-trapped phone charger. So lately, people have been stealing my phone charger at work from my computer. I really wouldn't mind if they needed it and just put it back afterwards, but no, I always have to go looking for it. I did the standard email the office and tell people not to do it. It still happened. I had my team leader send a similar email. Still happened. One day, I lost my call and stuck blue tack into the micro USB of the charger. The next time I came into work, somebody had complained to HR that I destroyed their phone. I explained what happened and showed them the emails, and they said it was my property at my desk, so instead of receiving a warning myself, the charger thief did. Feels good. Girl tries to screw me over in a group project. I ruin her grade in the subject she loves the most. So this happened a few months ago. Some backstory. I'm a 15-year-old guy living in Sweden and the school I go to is fairly different from other schools. Most of the differences are unimportant, but one you do need to know is that basically everything we do is on the internet and we each own a personal account to do everything. The thing with this is, pretty much all you have to know to ruin someone's grade is their password, as that gives you access to their account and you can thus do things like turning in uncompleted assignments, deleting documents, and even send Gmails to other teachers. The antagonist in this story is a girl in my class, and this all happened when I was 14. Girl in my class, G, and me. So me and G have an English class together, and this time we've gotten assigned a group project with each other. I was a bit worried about this as G could barely put together a sentence. However, the class after English was music, which is something that G is awesome at. By some coincidence, we got assigned another group project together, but this time I was happy to be placed with G because, as I said, she truly is musically talented. After the class, we made a deal. Because I was better at English than G, and G was better at music than me, we decided that I would do the whole project for our English class and she would do the whole music assignment. So I started working on our project, and when 2 weeks later I turned it in, I gave credit to G for about 50% of the project. 4 days after that was the deadline for the music project. G showed me what she had done and I was happy with it, so G turned it in. Now imagine my shock when a couple of days later I see that my music teacher had failed me. I went to ask him about it, and apparently G had said that I did nothing on the project, which, while it is technically true, was not what we had agreed on. When I asked G about this, she told me, well, what are you gonna do about it? This made me extra furious as it proved that she didn't forget about the deal, she just screwed me over. Now for the revenge. In my anger, I managed to come up with a plan. For a couple of days after G screwed me over, I followed her wherever she went, trying to see what her password was when she typed it in, and after some time I succeeded. I then waited for the perfect time to strike, as I wanted to ruin what she liked the most. This perfect time came and we had a new assignment in music class, this time individually, and the project would make out a big part of our final grade. Me knowing G's password gave me access to the document she wrote everything in, and I kept a close eye on it. When it looked like she was getting done, I copied the text and pasted it into another document where I changed some things. Nothing that you would notice by just looking at it, but definitely something that would fail. I then waited until G turned in the assignment, after which I took it back. I then opened the document, copied the bit that she had added since I copied it last time, changed up that bit in the same way as I changed everything else, and then replaced her whole text with my new, better version. When I had done all of that, I turned it in again. The look on G's face when she realised that the text she'd been working on for so long didn't pass and instead gave her an F was priceless. G never figured out it was me who did it, and she never got her grade fixed. Because the project made up such a big part of the final grade, she only got a D as her final mark. Damn, this is the most satisfying type of revenge right here. G is the worst type of person. That's awful of her for screwing you over like that, and I'm so glad you were able to get her back even harder. If my girlfriend lets you in front of her in the bathroom line, be grateful. My girlfriend and I have about an hour and a half layover. We get off the first flight and she needed to use the bathroom, so she went in while I watched her bags. I see this lady that has 2 kids in those harnesses keeping them close by. She's yanking them and yelling at them for dropping their toys and hustles them into the bathroom. My girlfriend comes out and we get some food while waiting for our flight in an hour. We get on the plane and I fall asleep and wake up a few hours later to us landing. My girlfriend nudges me and points out that the lady I saw earlier with with the kids was also on our flight. My girlfriend then says that when she went to the bathroom, she was loudly complaining about how she was going to be late and didn't have time for a line. My girlfriend said that she could go in front of her, and the lady moved in front and said, "Well, there are still all these other people in front of you." She was on our flight, which wasn't for another hour, so she was just trying to cut in front of people. On top of that, she wasn't even grateful when someone let her in front, and I personally never like people that have their kids on leashes. I was joking around with my girlfriend how we should give the kids candy or something to get back at the lady. I was kidding, but was still keeping my eye open for some sort of petty revenge. It presents itself to me when I'm waiting for my girlfriend to use the bathroom, and I see the lady shuffle up to me, dragging her kids along. "I'm in a rush. Which way to baggage claim?" If you read the sign above you, you'd see it's that way. I believe it's that way. I point in the other direction and watch her wander off in that direction. My girlfriend yelled at me when I told her, but she was still smiling. And this is what this subreddit is all about. Little bits of petty revenge that are not too harmful, but really get back at entitled people like this. Anyway, that is the end of this episode of r/petty revenge. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave me a comment, like, and subscribe for more content from me.